to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. My name is Stephen Hackbarth. I'm joined here today with Isabella Stevens, and we have an amazing panel here today, and we're going to be talking all about technicians. So let's go down the line and introduce yourself, kind of say your name and position and who you represent.
I'm Curtis Gardner. I'm with Techgnarr. We equip technicians with the skills and tools to build better communication and value within themselves and the dealers.
Hi, I'm Bob Payti. I work with Niello as a technician.
Hi, Tori Blackwell, Chief Revenue Officer for Zapmoto.
Ian Macom, Lead Technician at Land Rover of Rockland.
Erik, Zuniga, Vertical Business Manager, Dealerships for All Data.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Newcomb. I work as a service technician at Porsche Rockwood.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And this is a very hot topic in the industry. Steven, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. Every dealership wants to increase technician productivity. What are the highest impact things you've done to help technicians produce more hours without sacrificing quality or burning out the team? You want to speak that, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is working to the technician's strengths, understanding what the technicians are good at, and helping them and giving them the right tools to succeed in those things, whether it's videos, interaction with the customers, or just processes in between parts or the service supplies there is.
It's kind of bridging off of what he said, just resources. The more resources we have to be able to gain information, be able to produce the repair itself, more hours we can generate, more work we can do.
Thanks. Sorry.
I don't know about you, but these guys are the experts.
Yes,
I don't. When I open up a hood, I need a Wi-Fi router and a password. So, but again, I know these guys in most stores have 2 bays. And so my company, what we focus on is what can we do to help drive that traffic to them and help fill those bays. And that's through pickup and delivery.
So, with me, I see building trust between our service writers and our clients. The video MPIs are a huge thing. When I look at it, it helps build that trust, and it brings me over a third of my hours every month, and it keeps my stalls nice and packed.
Yeah, when it comes to productivity, I find it's commonly a workflow issue. And I think where we can really come in and help out is helping technicians find the likely fixes and the proven repair paths. And we're using technology to help shorten that workflow.
My perspective on how to repair the cars thoroughly is do a quality inspection, make all the right recommendations, and maximize the hours without sacrificing the quality of the repair.
Of course, like Tully always says, he wants his techs to go home tired and wealthy, right? So that's incredible. Now, starting with you, Jeff, what do you think separates a good technician from a true rock star? And what responsibility does leadership have in helping those technicians get there?
Staying locked in and staying focused for the hours from start to finish is definitely the way to get there, and not being distracted and keeping all of your priorities in line.
Of course. And what kind of tools can leadership give you to help you accomplish that, to help you stay, like you said, locked in during those long hours?
Our leadership definitely, like my service manager, Joe, he was on the previous panel. He helps us with anything that we need. If we need a computer fix or tools that's broken, he is always there to get that handled.
Incredible. Now, what is your perspective coming from all Danas?
Yeah, I mean, I think he brought a great point about being locked in. The only thing I'd add to that is a technician, a true rock star. They're also continuously learning. They're embracing change. They're not afraid of technology. Whether we're talking EVs, software, ADAS, they're constantly learning. And really the rockstar technician, in my opinion, is the one that isn't afraid to handle a difficult repair. And I think as leadership, it's creating the right environment to allow that technician to be able to learn constantly every day and be paired with the right mentor to help them develop.
As a lead technician, I go right off of that. That's exactly how I see perspective, is keeping the shop area clean, always taking the challenge of cars, not being afraid, helping the techs as they grow to be able to understand that there is no challenge too big. It's just how the mindset that you're going into it, and giving them the right tools and information to help guide them along to be able to knock out those hours.
Yeah, the continuous learning that Eric mentioned is such an important piece. I spent 2 decades before I got into the startup world on the retail side, ran large stores and teams of technicians. And the ones that really accelerated the superstars are the ones that really helped each other out. So they jump in to the bay and help point this guy in the right direction. It's so for me, I have two different perspectives, one from running retail and now on the other side of the table.
We try to emphasize a lot about honing our skill. The more we can learn, the more we can adapt. Not reacting to change, but try and anticipate change and be proactive about it makes a big difference. We even when we're slow, we really try to focus at that point to how can we perfect what we're doing so that when it does become busy, we're already a step ahead and well lubed and primed and ready to go.
Great technicians usually come from the ability to learn, which everyone has pretty much said this point. I mean, there's no job too big. You take on the job, you do your best to acquire the resources to learn it and get good at it for the next time that you see it. And for leadership, providing those resources, the tools, the skills, whether that's things like repair manual information, we mentioned all that down here. It's having those tools and resources to expedite the technician process so that they can complete those repairs in high quality and high completion time so that the customer walks away fast.
I think this is a great question for you to start, Curtis. How do you identify high potential technicians early and give them training, mentorship, and opportunities that can help accelerate their growth?
I mean, the answer is within the question. It's mentorship. You place them with a technician you already have trust in, that's already leading within your shop, and you set them up for success from day one. And that's whether they're starting as a valet or at the car wash or whatever the role may be. Is you can easily identify the work ethic early on and just making sure you're pairing them with a mentor and setting them up for success throughout their career.
It's definitely the environment. If you see somebody with the potential can only go so far if the environment doesn't encourage it and it doesn't nurture it. It doesn't want it to expand. So when you have an environment where it wants to embrace it and push that person to be better, to let them not be stagnant, to get to that next level, that's the best environment to be in.
Yeah, the stores and dealerships that are succeeding are the ones that have a plan, right? And you hear constantly, we have technician shortages. Where are we going to find new techs to come in and work? You have one internally. Develop that forder, develop that valet, create a program, get them to then become a C-Tech and then a C-Tech and beyond. So especially around mobile service and things like that, there's other avenues that we go with that.
Yes. Guiding multiple techs to become A-level techs. That's exactly that. To find the potential, they usually have to drive, and then you guide them. You don't sit there and bury them, with the negativity of this industry, but always showing the positivity of this industry at the same time while driving their own passion and giving them the tools, again, your knowledge to continuously succeed and continuously want to try to learn it, do the best thing.
Yeah, and I think that the top dealer groups, they're not necessarily having to go find the best technicians in the industry. They create the environment that allows that technician to rise to the occasion and give them that mentorship. And that really is going to impact the retention levels. And you can see that with Niello, their retention of technicians speaks for itself.
And having the shop foreman teach you from the ground up is definitely the way to go. And learning from him and what quality of work he wants you to do and repeat that is, in my perspective, the best way to go about it.
Sir. Well, thank you guys so much for all of your incredible insight and this powerful panel on technicians. Again, this is Isabella Stevens, joined with Stephen Hackbarth here at the Niello Company in Sacramento, California, and we'll be right back.